Hey guys, welcome to another weekly reading vlog. I want to get right into things. We have a lot of reading to do this week. I want to go over all the books on my radar because we have quite a few, as you can tell. Kicking off with my Kindle, I have the ebook and audio for the third book in the Percy Jackson series. I think it's called The Titan's Curse. I honestly want to read it today. It's only 1 p.m. I do have some work things I need to wrap up, but I'm thinking I'll be done by 4 and we can just get to reading. I've binged these in one day, both books so far, and this one I think it's less than 9 hours on audio, and I feel like you can listen to them pretty quickly. So we'll see. I definitely want to start this one today. I really want to get back into physically only reading, and I just want to take a moment to slow down. We're doing that with this book. This is For the Thrill of It All by my friend Elle, and I have not read this simply because I'm lazy. It's nothing to do with her. It's nothing to do with the book. I have a hard time sitting and physically reading with no audio. I just get distracted. I get very tired quickly. No more excuses. I really want to start this week. These next 2 books are ones that I'm kind of stuck in between. We're going to see how the other 2 go and see what I'm kind of in the mood for. But I really want to pick up the 3rd Crescent City book, House of Flame and Shadow. This is what I need to read before I can start my reread of Throne of Glass and ACOTAR, so I really want to read this. I'm also excited. I've just been reading so many other books, but I think now's the time that we can get back into this series. And then the last book wasn't on my monthly TBR, but I have the arc of the 2nd book, so I really want to read Immortal Consequences ASAP. I have the audio and Kindle checked out from Libby as well, so really no excuses. I want to read this and I want to get going on the 2nd book. I think it comes out in July, so I have some time and it's physical only, so we know it's going to take me a minute. But these are the books that I am wanting to read this week. Maybe not finish all of them in the next week, but I definitely want to get going on them. So with that, I'm going to get back to work for the next couple of hours. I wanted to intro the vlog, say hi, talk about the reading updates, and I will see you when we are probably starting The Titan's Curse. Here's the thing. The weekly vlogs are really just meant for me to chat with my close friends. That's the vibes of these videos. I love them so much. I just got done with work. I just put on some comfy clothes. I'm wanting to sit right here on the couch for the rest of the evening. I just found some writing sprints that someone's doing live right now. They're like writing and productivity kind of sprints. You know, like you can just do whatever you want, which is perfect. I don't watch this creator a ton. I feel like they actually do a ton of like writing productivity sprints and don't post a ton of like YouTube video content. But I love this because it's a perfect way for me to have some like structured reading time. It's like I'm doing it with someone. There's like some accountability, but also I don't actually have to talk to anyone. I love it. It's perfect. I will watch like reading, writing, productivity sprint, whatever videos like as replays as well, whether or not I want to skip through them like chit-chatting and just jump into sprints, or I just like let it play. Like it's just something to kind of keep things going that's not just like a repeating ambiance kind of thing. So I'm gonna get to reading. I hope that I update you guys at some point before the night ends, but at this rate I've just been picking up the camera when I want to, and that's been really, really good for me. I feel like, I don't know if it was really burnout, but it was more that I was just kind of in a funk for like a week and a half or so, where I started a couple vlogs, I started a couple books, I was quickly DNFing them, felt like I was a little bit in like a slump or something, I don't know. So it's like I scratched the vlogs, I stopped reading, and then I just read books for fun, not even filming. That was a blast. And then I filmed the new releases reading vlog where I just read a couple books, picked up the camera when I felt like it, and I just had the best time filming that. Now I'm in a bit more of a chatty mood, so I want to film more of the weekly vlog style, but I also don't want to put so much pressure on myself to film every second of the day. Like I typically put that pressure on myself for these kinds of vlogs, so just bear with me. We're gonna figure it out. For now, I'm gonna get to reading, and hopefully, I was gonna say, hopefully Milo hasn't destroyed the plushie I just gave him. I turn and I see fuzz and plushie stuff everywhere. Everywhere. So I'm gonna clean that up, and then we're gonna get to reading. We are in between reading sprints, so I wanted to stop and also give you guys an update before we jump into our next one. We are 36% of the way into The Titan's Curse, so I'm on chapter 9, and this was the book that I was most excited for because there are no movies out on it, there are no Disney Plus TV show seasons out on it yet. I'm very excited for it. So this was something I was most excited to get into because I just have no idea what happens next. I'm loving this. It's so good, and I'm picturing the TV show actors and actresses, and I'm just so excited to see like what's gonna happen next. I'm flying through it, obviously. I definitely want to just continue it and finish it tonight. I just can't believe how invested I felt within the first chapter. I was like, oh, we're back with our girls. We're back with our girls, and things are going horribly. I love it here. So I'm going to get back to reading. We're jumping into another sprint. This is so much fun. I need to tell you guys, this is Evelyn Black, and she has this like fun spinner wheel thing, but I guess there's also like the Wheel of Doom. So she has like a spinner wheel that she's selecting the different like times, but then also if you get the Wheel of Doom, then you go over to this other wheel that's like deathly long sprints. That's what I jumped into starting this, and it was like an hour sprint immediately. That's why we made it so long. So I think I missed what the next sprint, like how long it is, so we'll see, but I'm just gonna keep on reading. It is 6 p.m. now, so we're in a great position. A third of the way through it, like we're flying, and I am very excited. We are now kind of like heading into the adventure of this book. The first third was like things going wrong. You're figuring out the next quest that's inevitable in a Percy Jackson book. We have our quest. We have all the things that have gone wrong to get us there. And now we get to see the journey of it all. So let's keep reading. Hey guys, it is the next day. It's already 4 p.m. because today was Milo's birthday. I still have a couple things that I'm doing with him, but we've had the full day to ourselves. I really just wanted to spend time with him, give him all the love, give him the most perfect day ever. It has been exactly that. I filmed some clips here and there, really just for me to make kind of more of like an Instagram reel kind of video, not a full-on vlog, but I have just loved today and capturing it and giving him the best day ever. I have about an hour or so before Riley and Steven come over and give him some more love. So I wanted to give you guys some reading updates. I did indeed finish The Titan's Curse last night. Binged it all in one sitting. Like once I'm in the story, I feel like I can just listen to it. So I think I had about maybe an hour left. And it was hitting the point in the evening that I usually take Milo outside to either play at the little dog park or go on a long walk, and so I just kept listening to it. You guys, this was so good. I cannot wait to see the book come to life because I feel like Disney Plus is just gonna kill it. They've done a really good job in the first 2 seasons, and I'm very excited to see what they do with season 3 because that book was incredible. Like all the things that were happening, incredible. So that was that. I feel like I have a hard time rating those books because the shows and movies really heighten my experience. Like I'm just playing them out as I've like already seen them, so it's kind of hard to rate them. I'm just going off of vibes, and I had a great time with it. So when I wrapped that up, it was still, I don't know, good enough into the evening that's like, okay, I don't want to like stay up and binge another book. That'd be crazy, but I still have a bit of energy. I feel like I can still start my next read. So that's what I did. I started Immortal Consequences, and I read the first, I think it's 15%. Yeah, I was reading it on my Kindle, so I don't quite remember here, but I read part 1. I like it. I'm a little nervous when it comes to YA all the time because how YA is it going to be? Is it going to lean on young or is it going to lean on adult? Am I going to feel like it's super juvenile, or like am I not going to get annoyed by the series of events? I feel like this is going well. I feel the young adult vibe, the young adult energy. Some books are classified YA and I'm like, guys, do you know the contents in here? Like, no, babe, no. This like feels like a good YA. I'm really liking our characters. We're getting all the POVs. I feel like I just need to read the synopsis because I'm not gonna be able to speak to it coherently. It says, welcome to Blackwood Academy, the legendary school located on the fringes of the afterlife. Once a pupil. I don't like that word. Once a person? I don't know. Enters the academy's arched gates, there is no way out except for the decennial, a once-in-a-decade celebration in which a single worthy student is tested and given a choice: graduate and join Blackwood's magical elite, or cross over to the mysterious other side. This time, though, the rules have changed. This decennial isn't a celebration, it's a competition, and there can only be one victor. Two academic arch-rivals whose strange connection blurs the lines between obsession and hate. I'm obsessed with them. One girl driven solely by ambition and the other plagued by memories of the love she lost. They have hurt my soul. Both of them, like, I feel pain for both. And a charming playboy who never cared for anyone until he met the academy's newest student. Also love that duo. We've been introduced to everyone so far and gotten each of their POVs. Yes. Each of these 6 students has their own motivation to win and their own secret to hide. But what none of them know, they aren't the only ones playing Blackwood's game, and if they lose, some fates are worse than death. With this, part 1, you're just getting introduced to all the characters, kind of getting a sense of the setting, what Blackwood is like. It's really just night 1 that we have experienced the night before, the decennial, where the selection process is happening, and you just have, of course, these 6 students up to no good. So I've really enjoyed getting a glimpse into each of them so far, and I'm very eager to get back into this. It's been a very fun day. I'm not entirely sure I'm going to read tonight once things settle back down. Maybe I will, but for now, I'm just going to finish kind of tidying things up a little bit. I just made Milo's cake. I got it from the like local puppy store. I don't know. They just had it there, and I, of course, had to do it. He also got a cookie. When we went to the beach earlier, I brought it out for him, and then I realized it's something that he's gonna want to like try to take somewhere to eat, and I was like, I'm not actually gonna have you fully eat this here because you're gonna just take it into the sand and probably just consume a lot of sand instead. So I need to give him that. But the cake's cooling. We're gonna ice it before Riley and Steven get here, and then enjoy a few hours with them, and then hopefully I can pick up Immortal Consequences this evening, but I will just see you guys tomorrow. Good morning, it's the next day. Yesterday was so perfect. The day, the evening, everything. Now we're back to business. I need to go get my car serviced, so we're gonna do that, but I'm bringing you along with me because I am gonna try to go to a nearby coffee shop while that's all happening. So I packed my Kindle, I have my headphones, and I'm hoping we can make some good progress with Immortal Consequences. I did not do any more reading like I expected last night, so we are just hoping to get a lot of reading done today. I do have some reading sprints going on later on in like the early evening, so hoping to read a lot during the day today. Crazy goal would be to finish Immortal Consequences today. It has been quite a few hours, so I just want to yap and chat and update you guys. There is tree trimming going on outside, so I'm hoping my setup blocks that, but I guess I'll find out when I'm editing. So it's now 2 p.m. I had my car servicing this morning, and that was such a success for several reasons. One, the fact that I'd been procrastinating an oil change for far too long. When I drove out of the dealership and like accelerated onto the freeway, I realized just how bad I'd been procrastinating that. So that was great to have that done, but it was also free. I expected to go and spend money, but I guess I still had my maintenance like service plan from when I bought my car. So that was such a win. I went to the coffee shop, as you guys saw, and it was so close to it. I thought I was gonna have to like use basically like a shuttle service that they have when you're doing like a longer maintenance, and I was like, oh, it's like a 5-minute walk. So I went there for like 2 hours, hour and a half, I don't know, and I was able to read 20% of Immortal Consequences. So I'm a little over a third of the way into the book, and I'm loving it. I feel like this is exactly the YA that I really enjoy to read. I'm loving this gothic undertone. I'm loving all the POVs. I'm in it. We are in the decennial at this point, so we've learned that it is different this year, and we're like into the full synopsis at this point. So we've reached the point of the full synopsis, and so now I'm scared to speak to anything else that I don't recall being in the synopsis or not, but we knew it was going to be different this year, and then we knew we had all these POVs and characters in the mix, so that's where we're at. It's just begun. I'm so eager to get going on this, and it's perfect because Andrea is doing sprints right now. So she's doing like her writing thing. I'm here for my reading journey. I ordered some sushi. I'm having the time of my life. Also, I finally showered. Oh my god, I needed a shower so bad. Like I need to wash my hair, and I didn't have a good time. I didn't want to do it last night and then like go to bed with wet hair. I definitely wasn't gonna blow dry it at like 9 p.m. And then this morning, I like did my stuff with Milo, and by the time we were like back and settled, I think I had like 30 minutes until I needed to leave for the dealership. So I was like, okay, well, I can't take a shower now. Also, I forget that when you take your car to a dealership, because I feel like the normal maintenance shops, mechanics, sure. When you go like to a local one like that, basically not a dealership. They don't like do the car wash part as well. Not as common. The dealership does. And so I desperately needed a car wash. I was going to do it a couple days ago and ended up procrastinating it, of course. So it was so nice that they washed the outside and inside of my car. It just felt like a major win. Free. All of it. I feel like I needed that. We are going to go and get comfy on the couch. Whatever I got that's like the raspberry lemonade to try, I feel like I want to take that to like the pool or like somewhere outside to try, not just like sitting on my couch. I feel like it's not going to hit the same. So maybe a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, gonna get that, get cozy, wait for my sushi, and we have 12 minutes left in a sprint, and then she'll yap some more, and then we'll do some more work. I have my own reading sprints in a few hours, in 2.5 hours. Oh my god, it's almost 2 o'clock, and yeah, I think they're at 4:30, so we're just gonna read until then, and then read some more when I start my own sprints. But I just went to grab my drink, but I was actually gonna sit there. You were sitting on the other cushion, so that's why I was gonna sit here. You see my laptop's over. Right. This doesn't make sense to you. Okay, well, if I just sit in front of you, maybe you'll leave. Taking my spot. So I have my laptop here because I don't think I actually talked about it in this vlog yet, but I don't have any, definitely social media apps on my phone, but just anything that made my life super easy and distractible. So I have like another vlog that I'm kind of filming for that and just like picking up at random points, but yeah, I don't have the YouTube app on my phone anymore. So I can't actually like comment on live streams unless I have my laptop. So I want to be able to comment to Andrea if I want. I have that here. Otherwise, I actually have it pulled up on my TV because I felt like it was fun. Are you kidding me? I love you. we're gonna get to reading for real this time. Yes, there is only 4 minutes left in this sprint. That's okay. I love you so much. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Good morning. It's the next day. Where did I just put the book? I finished it. I finished it on my live stream yesterday. I think it took about 4 sprints, maybe. I was so determined, and I was very proud of Riley and I, because I feel like when she's came in the past when I was doing live streams, it's just hard not to just want to yap. You know what I mean? But she was doing her junk journal thing. I was reading, and it was a great time. It was a great time. I loved this. It was a lot to process at the end. I feel like there's so much happening. There are so many reveals and twists, and where are all of our characters like at? What's their next move? I was just so scared for the last probably 20% of this book because there was just so much happening horribly. But it was incredible. I'm very excited to pick up Ruinous Ends, which I learned it is released in July, but what I didn't realize is that book 3 comes out in October of this year. What? These authors are just like getting these books out, and I'm just so impressed by that. I mean, it's a little scary when we have a very quick turnaround because it always makes me question like how good the books are going to be. Like if they felt rushed doing this, like are the books and the characters and the plot, is it getting the attention it deserves? You know what I mean? Like I just get a little nervous, but that's exciting to have that quick of a turnaround. So I do have the physical copy of Ruinous Ends as an ARC. I do want to read it soon, but we are diving in to House of Flame and Shadows today. I need to get going on that because I need to start the Throne of Glass reread. And I'm also very excited and terrified for House of Flame and Shadow because that's the book that I feel like all of a sudden a lot of the crowd didn't live, laugh, love. So I know I've talked about it in other videos. I think I have a fair shot at just loving it because I haven't been sitting waiting for this book thinking about all the possible like outcomes. So I'm really just letting Sarah tell me the story with no thoughts in my head versus the people that had to sit and wait and it was just like festering of like thinking of the most incredible plot lines that we could have. You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna have a real fair shot at just enjoying it and I'm excited. We are gonna go ahead and put ourselves together a little bit, like a little bit. I'm debating on whether or not I want to go to a coffee shop this morning. It's very gloomy. I don't know if we're supposed to see the sun later. I think we might. It just could be, yeah. Okay, by mid-morning, in a couple hours, we should have the sun. So I think I'm gonna go to a coffee shop myself versus bringing Bestie Milo here. That way I can sit inside. I think I'm genuinely just gonna wear sweatpants and a hoodie because last time I went there and I was inside, I was freezing, like freezing. And I was like, why did I try to dress up in any way? Because I just need to be hunkered down in like sweatpants and a hoodie. So I think I'm gonna do that so I can kind of just get going on some work stuff. And that's it. That's a thought in my head. Yeah, just spend a few hours there this morning, come back by noon. I know I have a Zoom call then, so that'll help me be settled in time. But I would love to get some work done, maybe crack open House of Flame and Shadow. I have the ebook checked out from Libby, so we're gonna be primarily reading it from my Kindle until I reach the end. Then I love to like open up the physical copy, but those books are so big, so I just don't want to be sitting there like one, I don't want to bring it around with me. Two, holding that thing, it's a workout in and of itself. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. We're gonna head out the door. We're gonna go to Coffee Bean. I love it. It's just a reliable place. And because I got paid today, it feels like I have an infinite amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, there's something about payday. Like, payday means I have a lot of money. The day after payday means I'm poor. Like, it's just like, money's not real to me on payday. That's what that means. So, okay, I will see you at the coffee shop. It has been quite a few hours since we last talked. It's now 2 p.m. I've just been sitting at the table on my laptop for the last couple of hours doing my like Zoom call stuff, but things are winding down on this beautiful Friday. I had such a productive time at the coffee shop. I really just did work stuff, but it was such a like well-focused few hours there, and then I'm glad I left earlier to come back than I had originally planned because there was some construction going on and it took like double the time to get back home, and I was like, I have this Zoom call I need to get on. So it all worked out, but now I've just been hanging out. Now that things are winding down, I want to start our book because I have the goal of finishing it between today, tomorrow, and Sunday. I don't know if I have plans. I don't tonight, and I don't Sunday. Maybe tomorrow. I need to check in with Riley again, but I should have plenty of time to just relax and read. So that's what I'm hoping for. I've just been watching some YouTube in the background, so I think I might finish watching this video and then we will get into some reading because I know that I just kind of need to break the seal in starting this. It's not even like an emotional, like I know I'm a little like stressed or like worried to read it because of all the mixed reviews on this book, but I think it's just like the daunting aspect of how big the book is, and I know it's going to take me a while to read, so it's just like daunting to start, but it's like nothing to do with the content in the book or like the plot or the characters, because I have rated both House of Earth and Blood and Sky and Breath both 5 stars. So, okay, well, next update will be my initial thoughts on book 3. It's the next morning and I have a reading update for you guys. I ended up reading 25% of House of Flame and Shadow. I'm having a great time. I'm having such a great time with the characters in this story. If you know, you know. I'm loving the back and forth. Bryce in character in that is like new to this book. I love that I feel like character in is getting a taste of their own medicine a little bit. Like Bryce is really that girl. You know what I mean? Like Bryce is that girl. And I just love what we are seeing with that dynamic. And then I've just loved being back in here. There's a lot of pain, but there's a lot of like funny, silly moments. Bryce really is that comedic relief. And then you also have all these other side characters like with the pack and everything, and the makeshift pack, and just all the friendships and different dynamics from different backgrounds. Like the found family element of all of this is just so good. You just see so many friends and acquaintances that become more willing to do whatever it is like for each other, and I love getting to read that. I'm having a really good time. It is almost 10 o'clock. We have a full day of WNBA games, which is perfect because that means I can just sit on the couch and have them playing all day and hopefully get quite a bit of reading done. I do have some work stuff I'm doing, so I already checked work things on my laptop this morning. I have a couple hours before I need to do some more tasks, and so I'm gonna take advantage of that. I think I need to make like a tea or something. My throat feels a little funny. I woke up, my throat feels a little funny. So I just want something kind of warm and soothing. I do have a grocery pickup as well. That's gonna help. But until that's ready to go in a couple hours, we're here and we're doing the best we can with the food and drinks that we have, which isn't a whole lot. It's like a lot of odds and ends, not really a bunch of like completeness, you know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and make myself kind of like a little snack or something. I had a bowl of cereal this morning. I had the Fruity Pebbles with marshmallows. As a kid, that's what I needed because it was like 50% marshmallows, 50% cereal, and that's like my dream. But in my adult years, wouldn't have minded not having just pure marshmallows, it felt like, for breakfast. So I'm gonna see if I have some other like snack thing that's a bit more nutritionally balanced. So I'm gonna go ahead, do things that I said, and then I will check back in, I don't know, in a couple hours. Just saw me lock in the kitchen. It started with me dealing with my dishes, and then I was cleaning out my fridge before I go get my groceries here in about an hour, and I saw I had a good amount of blueberries left. I was like, you know what, before these go bad, I'm gonna retry making the blueberry syrup. So we've attempted that again. We made it. It's in the fridge cooling. We'll probably have a matcha definitely tomorrow. I just don't know if I'll have one as like a midday matcha later on. And then on a whim, I was like, I really want some banana blueberry muffins because I had some bananas going bad. And I was like, this is my sign. I'm going to use the rest of these blueberries, going to use these bananas going bad, and we're going to make them. So I feel like they look delicious, but I feel like we need to do a taste test. So I'm going to pick one. I can do this. Ooh, that's a lot of steam. I don't think you can see just how hot that is. Let me just wait 30 seconds for that to cool down. Okay, let's see how it is. It's so good. What a good Saturday. I just clicked on the first recipe I found. I went to Google and I said, blueberry banana muffins. And this recipe was like, you can do it so quick. And I was like, that's exactly what I needed. Literally relied on Google to also give me the recipe for the blueberry syrup. Because I don't have Pinterest on my phone for any of the things that like I've saved. Yes, I could get on my laptop and find it, but it just felt easiest to Google and have a recipe pop up. Whatever the first links were, that's what I did. That was amazing. I watched the first half of the game, doing all this. Now we're at halftime, so I'm gonna continue to let these cool. Maybe swap laundry, I think, put away the clean laundry, and hopefully I'm at a point that we can get back on the couch and finally start some reading for today. That is the most blueberry I have ever had. Oh my god, I think I finally did it. I think I finally figured out how to make blueberry syrup. This is so good. Good morning, it is the next day and I just want to get comfortable, lock in and finish House of Flame and Shadow because I reached the 75% mark last night and I desperately wanted to continue reading, but my eyes just kept shutting. I was tempted to just get comfortable, start reading, and then I remembered you guys. So glad I remembered you before I got to readings, otherwise it would have been an update at the 25% mark and an update at the end. But I figured you guys deserved another update of thoughts and opinions before we conclude this book. I am very intrigued with how this is going to end because from my understanding, this was meant to be a trilogy, but we're getting a fourth book. To be determined when, but we are. So I'm just curious if this is going to have more of a cliffhanger end or things are still going to conclude. I feel like Sarah J. Maas typically writes her books in a way that they end with some form of this conclusion and not a like massive cliffhanger where you're like left the last chapter, the last paragraph, and then you're like, what do you mean that's the end? It's usually like, okay, I see how this book is concluding and I still see like where we're going next kind of thing. So I'm curious if the trilogy was the original plan, but it's not anymore, like what's gonna happen here? Because to me, this does need explored more. Like from everything that happened at the end of the second book, House of Sky and Breath, I keep just wanting to like call it Crescent City and hope you guys know what I'm talking about as far as like which book. But then what we had in here, I need more. And I can't speak more to that without obviously discussing spoilers. So I'm just curious if in the last 25% we do get more of what I'm wanting or if that is the plan with the fourth book. I just have so many like thoughts and not really like what I want to happen or like what I think is going to happen, more just kind of vague. I would love to see more of these characters kind of thing. I'm really liking the dynamics amongst all of our friendships and the romantic relationships. I don't think there's a single end game relationship that Sarah J. Maas has written that I haven't been like, I am obsessed with them. Do with that information what you will, because I just really love the way that she writes her romances and all of those dynamics we have to figure out along the way, but like they just make sense. And then the way that the friendships are written in here, oh, I just love it. We have these different misfits amongst their own family, role in society, whatever it may be, but they just like get each other and they form this like pack with each other. And I just really love how they have each other's backs and they're just willing to do whatever it takes to help each other. And you see that a lot in this book. We see our different characters kind of in different tough positions, and you see how other people are kind of like stepping up to help when they can. And I've just loved seeing all of that here. This is kind of confusing in the sense of how I feel about it because it's still like, it still will probably be a 5-star book like books 1 and 2 because all that has happened in this has been extraordinary, but I haven't had the same exact like feelings reading every single chapter like I did in books 1 and 2. Yet I've loved how the plot has progressed in here. I've loved all the information we've gotten, how we've gotten the information. It's hard to not just give it another 5 stars. But it's been kind of a different sort of experience. So we'll see. I really don't want to have to give it like a 4.75. I don't. Because there's so much of this that I've really, really loved. But I guess we'll see. We're going to see how the last 25% goes. I'm going to read probably until the last like 10-ish% on my Kindle. And then I'm going to bust out the physical copy and we will finish it physically. what do you mean? What do you mean I'm done with this book? What do you mean I am caught up with Crescent City? Like, what do I do with my hands? Also, I said that once I got caught up with Crescent City, I could officially start my reread of Throne of Glass. What do you mean? I have to dive back into that series. There's a lot to process here. There's a lot to process. I went into this blind. I had no outside opinions or theories that other people had predicted heading into this. So I just went into it understanding it was a polarizing book for many people, but really just went in wanting Sarah to tell me the next part of this story. And I loved what she did. I had such a good time in this book with our characters in this world. Sarah J. Maas just brings such a depth to her stories. I loved it. I loved it. I just can't believe, like, I'm done with the books that are out now. And I understand why we get a fourth book in the sense that there are 4 houses. This does wrap up like a Sarah J. Maas typically does, where you get a lot of closure, but this does end in such a way that I'm questioning, like, how do we truly move forward from all the events that happened here, and how are characters gonna move forward in their respective roles and relationships, friends and romantic. Like, where are everyone's responsibilities gonna lie, and how do we truly move forward is the best way without, like, obviously discussing spoilers. So there was so much that happened here, so much greatness. I loved the friendships and the romance and everything. There is more here. There are some questions I have that I am very excited to have a fourth book for. And then I'm just eager to be back with these characters. Like, beyond the fourth book, will we ever see them again? Like, I have so many questions. So there's a lot to process here. But all in all, I love this book. I think it is a 5-star. Sue me. Sue me. All 3 books I've read of Crescent City have been 5-star, and that's just an amazing feeling as a reader, as someone that was so scared to read this series because I didn't think I was going to like it, because I'm not typically an urban fantasy lover, but I'm learning if it's done right or in a way that I do like, I love it. I think I don't love books that are the urban fantasy that are just so in my face that it's like my world. This was urban, but not like my world. You know what I mean? So I think I like that part of it, and I'm eager for the next book in this. I'm just so excited for the ACOTAR books coming out and like what all of that's gonna entail. Like, I'm excited to reread Throne of Glass because it'll be my first reread of it, and it's still relatively fresh in my mind from the first time. So I'm curious to see what I pick up on the reread. I'm not good at seeing the little drops of foreshadowing, anything. Honestly, I don't connect dots well in that way because I really just read with like a present mindset, not in like a negative way. Like, there's just, I don't compute words on a page that way. So I'm excited to do the reread of that, but I know that that's going to lead me to the reread of ACOTAR, which I haven't read those books in a couple of years. Few years? Who knows? I read the first book, like, when I first got into reading, and then, like, I took a long break and then continued the rest of the series. But even that, it's still been a couple of years. So I'm really excited for that one. Obviously, I'm wanting to do this in such a way that, like, I'm finishing up the ACOTAR reread closer to the time of the next book. So that's why I'm doing Throne of Glass first, but holy smokes. Okay. Spoiler-free thoughts down in the comments below. Like, have you read this? What were your thoughts and why? Without spoilers, obviously. Thank you. If you do spoilers, like the giant spoiler emojis exclamation points, all that at the very beginning, just like no one. So I want people to read this. I do. If you haven't read it yet, you've got to. I'm gonna go process everything I just read. I have a surprising reading update for you guys. A few hours ago, I decided to pick up It Should Have Been You by Andrea Mara. This is a book I got from Aardvark, I think in my April box, and I did add it to my May TBR, which you can use my code to get your first book for $4 and free shipping. Always linked down below. But, you guys, this was so good. I feel like now that I've finished it, accidentally read it in one sitting, I don't want to accidentally give away spoilers or just anything that isn't revealed to you in the synopsis, so let me read it real quick. It says, you press send and your message disappears. Full of secrets about your neighbors, it's meant for your two sisters, but it doesn't reach them. It goes to the entire local community WhatsApp group instead. As rumor spreads like wildfire through the picture-perfect neighborhood, you convince yourself that people will move on, that this will quickly be forgotten, but then you receive the first death threat. The next day, you learn a woman has been murdered. What's even more chilling is that she had the same address as you, 26 Oak Park, but in a different part of town. Did the killer get the wrong house? It won't be long before you find out. The twists, the turns, the characters, I loved all the POVs we got, and also, the chapters are so short that it's so easy to just keep going. I think that's how I genuinely read this in one sitting, because every time something ended, we were moving on to another mystery, we were moving on to another character that I just had to keep reading, because all these different little puzzles going on and different points where I'm like, wait, but what about that? Everything was happening so quick that I couldn't put it down. Also, something I really love in any mystery, thriller, suspense, anything that has a puzzle or mystery that you have to figure out as a reader, I love it when there's several things going on that not everything is explicitly told to you. So maybe it's something that doesn't matter a whole lot as far as if you really get the concluding answer, but the author has given you something towards the end that you are able to infer the answer to that puzzle or that mystery, but it's not like explicitly written to you on paper. Like, I love that. That's something that we got here. We know the big thing, which was wild in and of itself because there's several things going on. The big thing kind of referencing here, it just wasn't what I expected. And I think I genuinely liked how everything played out here. It was not a pretty answer about everything. Like, it's not just, I say answer, but there's like answers, and nothing about it was pretty. And I just loved how messy it was, especially dealing with a picture-perfect neighborhood. Everyone has secrets, everyone has something going on. Life is hard. And this is something you need to read. It is now 8 p.m. This was a surprise for me because I just didn't expect to read it. I had the audiobook on hold and then it popped up as one of those like skip the line things. So I had a few days to read it, like left, and I was like, let me just start listening to it. And I was sitting here and I was physically reading alongside it. And then next thing I knew, I only had like 25% of the book left. And I was like, we're finishing it tonight. Like, it's only 7 o'clock or whatever time. I was like, it's early enough in the evening that we're definitely finishing it. This is definitely a new thriller that I must recommend. And I'm not sure. Okay, it says author of Someone in the Attic. I haven't read that, but I'm definitely going to go seek it out. I haven't heard of this author before, so I definitely want to go check out her other work. If you've read Someone in the Attic, let me know. Also, if you're a thriller lover, let me know if this is something that you have checked out already or you want to, because wow. Wow. Okay. Well, I'm going to not really like get ready for bed per se. I need to eat something because I've been sitting here for the last few hours reading that book. I've been sitting here all day. If we're honest, I've only been outside to take Milo out. we did that a few different times, but like every single time I came back in, got like a drink or something, a little snack, and sat back on the couch to read, whether or not it was House of Flame and Shadows or it should have been you. This was the most perfect Sunday. It was a beautiful day. I'm glad I didn't end up trying to go to the pool. I feel like I tried to take advantage of that on the weekends or something, but it was so busy when I was like taking Milo out and about. I would just see so many people, and that's not always the case. I feel like oftentimes the pool isn't packed on the weekends, so I was glad that I did not have that plan in my head and then either had to deal with a lot of noise or like go over there and be like, oh, no thank you. Instead, I took a wonderful shower in the afternoon. My hair is washed. I feel fresh and clean and happy, ready for the week. I'm not dreading the fact that tomorrow's Monday, and I'm just like excited. We got so much reading done this weekend. I had the goal of finishing House of Flame and Shadow. The fact that we did that is insane. And the fact that we accidentally read a thriller. Like, what an amazing weekend. I had such a good time with this vlog. I feel like we did a lot of reading. It was very chill. It was very much like a slower week in my life as far as plans with people, just out and about running around myself. I like this. I feel like if you're newer to my channel, like this is now, how do you say that? How do you like I feel like now you see every bit, because I feel like I've been posting a lot of those like more structured videos, but I am nothing without a weekly vlog. This is where I shine. This is where I just get to yap to you guys. We just get to casually read books, and I get to take you along with me throughout the week. So I'm just so glad that we had this. I am filming a couple fun videos this week, so I'm looking forward to that. I need another challenge under my belt. I am someone that's quite competitive, but I really just like to compete against myself. So this is perfect. This is perfect where I get to just film like reading challenges and it's nothing competitive with another person. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for joining.